I've spent years studying the psychological significance of biblical narratives, and today, I want to share with you the profound wisdom contained in the book of Exodus. This isn't just some ancient text, It's a fundamental story that has shaped Western civilization for millennia. Now, let's start with Moses. Here's a child born into slavery, marked for death by a tyrannical regime. And what happens? He's saved by the very people who were supposed to kill him. Moses grows up in the household of Pharaoh, the very symbol of the oppressive system. He's caught between two worlds, the world of the oppressed and the world of the oppressors. And this tension, this internal conflict, it's not just Moses' story. Now we come to the burning bush. What are we to make of that? Here's Moses past, living a quiet life, and suddenly he's confronted with this inexplicable phenomenon, a bush that burns but is not consumed. This, my friends, is a powerful metaphor for transformation, for the call to a higher purpose that doesn't destroy but rather enhances who we are. God speaks to Moses, tells him to go back to Egypt to confront Pharaoh. This isn't just a historical account, you see. Plagues, oh my goodness, what a sequence of events. Each plague is a direct challenge to an Egyptian god, No, it's the dismantling of a corrupt ideological system. And it's painful. It's bloody difficult. And then we have the Passover. This isn't just a historical event, it's a psychological archetype. It's about marking yourself as different, as belonging to a group that's willing to make sacrifices for a higher ideal. The Exodus, the archetypal story of liberation. But freedom is terrifying. The Israelites leave Egypt, and almost immediately they start complaining, wanting to go back. Sometimes, when we're pursuing a worthy goal, when we're answering a higher call, the impossible becomes possible. Paths open up where there seem to be no way forward. But, and this is crucial, you have to take that first step into the unknown. The wilderness journey? Now that's interesting. The Israelites are free, but freedom brings its own challenges. They're hungry, they're thirsty, and they start to wonder if maybe slavery wasn't so bad after all. But then we see God's provision, manna from heaven, water from a rock. When you're on the right path, when you're pursuing a worthy goal, the universe has a way of providing what you need. Now we come to Mount Sinai, and this is where things get really interesting. Freedom without purpose, without responsibility, is chaos. And chaos is just another form of tyranny. So what happens? God gives them the law. And this isn't just a set of arbitrary rules, It's a covenant, a contract between God and the people. It's about the necessity of imposing order in chaos, of voluntarily accepting constraints in order to create meaning and purpose. The Ten Commandments, they're not just religious rules. They're fundamental principles for creating a stable society and a meaningful life. The Golden Calf Incident, oh boy. This is a perfect example of how quickly things can fall apart when we lose sight of our higher purpose. Moses is up on the mountain, communing with God, and what do the people do? They create an idol. They regress to primitive worship. And why? Because they're scared, because they can't handle the uncertainty, the responsibility of freedom. This isn't just an ancient story, It's a pattern we see repeated throughout history and in our own lives. It's a cautionary tale about the dangers of losing our way, of forgetting our higher purpose. The tabernacle, now that's a fascinating concept. After the chaos of the golden calf, God gives detailed instructions for building a place of worship. And these aren't just arbitrary details, The tabernacle is a microcosm, a representation of the entire universe. It's about creating order out of chaos, about making the divine manifest in the physical world. Finally, we have God's presence filling the tabernacle. What are we to make of that? Well, it's something like this. When you align yourself with the highest good you can conceive of, when you order your life properly, you create a space for the divine to manifest. When we live in accordance with our highest ideals, we experience a sense of meaning, of purpose, of connection to something greater than ourselves. So, what are we to make of all this? The book of Exodus isn't just an ancient story. It's a roadmap for personal and societal transformation. It's about the journey from slavery to freedom, from chaos to order, from meaninglessness to purpose. So I encourage you to read Exodus, to wrestle with its themes, to let its wisdom challenge and inspire you. Because in doing so, you might just find the key to unlocking your own potential, to becoming all that you can be. And that's no bloody joke.